Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Crow7. I'm back at it again with some more of the Soul frame. And honestly, guys, after playing this game for like 4 hours, this game is pretty insane. And I mean that in a good and a bad way. Alright, like it's just I find it very challenging. Getting into this game for like really one reason, and the fact that there's no guidance. There's literally no quests. You're basically going around this big world looking for stuff, and it's just kind of like you have nowhere to look. You have no idea what you're looking for, but all you know is that it's out there. Go find it. It's almost like it's almost like One Piece. You don't know what you're looking for, but you know it's out there. Go find it. You know what I mean? And that that is a very insane task when you have no hints, no clues. Take this room for example, right? I have to talk to the king, right? And obviously the statue is the statue of the king. I'm over here thinking left and right, like, oh, maybe there's like an extra room where the actual guy is or something, right? Nah, man. You have to look down at the ground and stare at this very specific thing to get a very specific interaction to then trigger what you're going for, which in my mind is flipping insane because it's like there's no indicator to tell you like this is a gigantic Scooby-Doo mystery game. Like you have to solve more puzzles just to proceed than what I originally thought was gonna be in the game. Look, I'm over here looking high and low for anything to give me a hint of a clue of what to do. You know what I mean? I'm thinking it has to do something with the sword, because the sword has unique properties to it. Excuse me, y'all. But yeah, like it. It was just it was a wild journey. 4 hours, man, and I'll tell you what. In them 4 hours, like I wanted to explore, right? I wanted to do quests mainly, but I couldn't find any quests. I found some. I found like okay, two interesting locations, right? And I'm gonna show you guys in this video what they were, right? But I couldn't find a quest to save my life, man. Like there are so many like small towns, villages, NPCs you bump into, but they don't really give you anything. The the only time I found a quest, and I've only found two other side quests, were off of ghosts. And those ghosts, one of them wasn't even really a quest. All I did was talk to him, and he just gave me shit. The other one gave me a location, and I went to that location. Y'all will see in the video. And it was just, I don't know, man. It was crazy, but like not in a good way. Like I felt like Cosmo when he was pregnant with Poof, and like I'm just running around. I'm lost, and I'm trying to be happy about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's just kind of like, dude, huh? Like again, take this moment for instance. I am sitting in this room for what feels like forever, trying to find the correct situation. I'm over here thinking I missed something. Like there's a part of it that I'm not understanding. I'm about to go into the other door outside thinking like, oh, there must be something else, you know what I'm saying? But something told me, like I had a sixth sense telling me like, nah man, there's something in this room. It's in this room here. It has to be. There's no other way. Maybe it's like a secret entrance, something, right? But yeah, like I just I don't know if this game is in beta even, or if this is like the full experience, but like, man, the combat too, like from the monsters that I faced or the opponents that I run across, right? I feel like I'm level 20 or somewhere around the 20s, right? Because by the end of this video, all the monsters I face are like in the 20s. Excuse me, y'all. In the low 20s, right? So I want to say confidently that I'm in the 20s. And the fact that I really haven't gotten any serious skill tree, like any sword skills, none of that, man. Is mildly depressing, cuz it's like you want more in the combat. Don't get me wrong, parry system's fucking fire. The roll system's fire. You know, the fact that you get like slight executions is cool. But like, where are the sword skills? You know, where is the stagger effects? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy is called the Fire King, and you're gonna tell me I don't have any like elemental properties? Again, like this game makes me want to look. I had to look at the ground at a specific location to activate this. How would I know that? There's nothing indicating to look at anything on the ground. Why couldn't I just talk to the statue directly? Like there's this thing in the game called like spirit sight or something, and it helps you see ghosts better and interact with them. How come I couldn't just activate that to talk to him?
My soul, your frame.
You know what I'm saying? It is
a noble war.
The more
name. Invaders burned by
like
flint
there
of shame.
are certain things in this game that had a purpose, a point, and when you try to use it for that purpose and it doesn't do what you think it's supposed to do, it's a little confusing.
Yes.
A little
And
strange.
only by marriage to Mora can it be so. But let her not see me this way.
But hey, it's cool when it works. Like I thought talking to this guy was dope. Even though he didn't say much and he was just talking about how he loved this girl and now he felt bad about making her like send off all the people that she cared about.
So you know my shame.
He's dead too, and he still loves her, which I find is quite charming. Because I feel like if love is true, it transcends, you know, life and death.
Mora's hand to light their pyres.
There's a hopeless romantic, right? You find true love, and then when you die in your lover's arms, you hope they say in the next life, may we find each other again, you know?
If she'll take it.
And I spent like 45 minutes in this room just for that. Like I had to take a dip in the spirit bath to make sure I'm not the one dead. Cuz that was insane for the small amount that I got, and it didn't even really progress the story in any way for me. Like I met the guy, I talked to the guy, now I got to go like look for his wife. Maybe she's alive, and I tell her that he still loves her, and then what? You know what I mean? Like that's assuming that the lady is even still alive, right? And this isn't just him saying like, if you visit her corpse, give her her grave, give her my love and admiration in some way or another. But yeah, we're gonna skip past this, right? Because after that, we were literally just walking around. Yeah, but y'all see me? Y'all see me? I've been improving my combat. But yeah, I've been improving my combat. I'm still up to my stuff at this point. But when they get to the level 20 range, and they start jumping me on Moss, man, I tell you what, it's a different conversation. It's a different conversation. That's another thing that kind of confuses me too about this game, because it is like a public game, right? Like there are other people playing this game, but I don't see them other than in specific locations, which is another thing that confuses me. Again, if it keeps the game from running like ass, I'm not mad about it. But at the same time, like, what's the point at have them in the game other than to chat with? You know what I'm saying? There's no, from what I've found, and I would like to say I explored a lot of the map. Since I couldn't find any quests, I explored a lot of the map. And I could not find hide nor hair of any reason why you would want to form a party in this game, which is a little disappointing. It's a little disappointing because you would expect that a game like this would have some sort of co-op capability in here, and it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird because again, I'm not. But yeah, kind of weird. I'm not the type of person to like just openly start conversations with people in games. I normally just ask questions and like I leave it at that, right? Or again, I invite them to parties, and then that's where kind of like the open dialogue begins, and that's where conversation ensues, right? But if there's no like real forced group interaction, like I don't know, I find it very strange that this is even a like co-op game in general. You know what I mean? But again, like I lack a lot of information about this game. Like again, I lack a lot of information, and then I think about how we started the game, and we're literally just thrusted into this world with no real guidance, information on combat, or real storyline. They're just kind of like, oh, you're a baby that was jacked from your mom. Uh, Quick cutscene, and you're a grown ass person naked in a chair wearing a very strange mask, and all of a sudden a person says that they're your family, and they beat your ass, and then all of a sudden you're in a pool of water floating to the surface, and a mystical animal comes to your rescue, and it's like, okay, that's cool. I'm gonna fuck with the animals because they saved my life, but what the fuck else is going on? I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So in my mind, like again, this game asks a lot of questions, which is cool, right? That's what you want to do, like mystique, intrigue, right? Very cool. But where are the answers? You know what I'm saying? Where are the answers? And I'm gonna hold off. It's just like I found some areas, right? I found some areas. One of them was a part of that quest that I was telling you guys about. I got off a ghost, which is cool. I fuck with it. But like another area I just stumbled upon, right? And when you find a place, when you find a place, normally in a game, it tells you, okay, you found this place. Normally there are some quests in this place to make you interested in coming back here. You might meet an NPC that gives you like some interesting chat dialogue, something. It gives you something. This game speaks in hieroglyphics, and I'm over here trying to figure out what these hieroglyphics mean. Why isn't any of the NPCs anything you can interact with? You know, why aren't there any quests when you find these new places? Unless, like the one place that I'm thinking of in particular, there are a lot of mages. So I'm thinking, is this a mage specific area? Which is, again, interesting. But at the same time, it's like, if it's only for mages, like like then this is like a dead area for like 2/3 of the player base, which is weird in my mind. Like I would think you would make, even if it's not a particular area you should be in, if it's not your like class area. And again, that's kind of weird if you're gonna segregate areas based off of what class you pick, right? But I would still think you would put something, a little bit of something for everybody in that location, right? Well, to what I found, there's very few and far between things. Again, when I look at my codex, there are a lot of question marks. I have a lot of question marks. But I don't know how to solve those problems. Like, it's it's a little daunting in my mind because again, there's no guidance. If I trust in my bird will either be frozen in place because it doesn't know what the fuck is going on. I can't track the question marks to where I can get to where I'm led to the answer. You know what I mean? So it's like it's a real brain teaser. Again, a lot of puzzles, a lot of mystery. But like, you know, I don't know how many people are willing to put on their detective hats to play a game. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best as is, and as you guys see me right now, I have to take some of my frustration out on boxes because I I don't understand. I don't understand. And another strange thing, like there's no real clothing options. There's no real customization options other than taking off clothes, which I guess is cool if you freaky like that, but like, you know what I mean? I'd rather like change my drip so I don't look like every other fucking person that plays this game. And also, weapons. Like, I realize when you go into like your little pocket dimension, you go into your tent that you get when you first start out the game, there are different weapons that you can try, right? But I'm talking like different sword types. Y'all remember my last video when I defeated the deer and helped the lady out? I saw a whole new fit. Was that literally just a fever dream? Is that literally just fake news? Like, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was frothing at the mouth for something new, something exciting to like grab a hold of, and then it's just like psych. You know what I mean? Oh, then look at this. Again, another puzzle, which I'm cool with, right? I when I was first doing this, I ain't gonna lie, I clicked the first one like, here, take this. Are you gonna just like let me in? You know what I mean? And then it's like, no. So then like the second one, I actually used my brain, and I was like, okay, I get it. The thing that kind of made me angry is that I had helped one of the creatures that run this location, right? And he didn't tell me nothing, or she didn't tell me nothing about, oh, there's a secret village of my people. Thank you for freeing me. Here's where it's at. Da 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 da. When you get there, hit me up. I got you, type shit. No, she just gave me healing kit and shoot me out the way. All right, so look, I found a new place, right? Awesome, cool. I'm excited. I'm eager. I'm hoping to find something new. I'm hoping to get into something. A quest even. For the love of God, a quest even. Maybe even just talking to an NPC and figuring out some lore. You know what I got? Fucking nothing. This, I got that. Whatever that is. But I got a big old nothing burger. And I'm just kind of like, damn, this air sandwich tastes great. Look, this motherfucker even talk. I heard him talk. Now I'm thinking I gotta look on the ground. I gotta look on the ground and see if like there's any like special significance on the ground to where this motherfucker will talk to me. Surprise, surprise, there is not. But again, if you being a little studious, you know, looking at everybody's weapons, you'll realize like 90% of the people in here are mages. So that's why I got the deduction that maybe this is a mage only place, and this is a place where only mages can get quests from, which is unfortunate and kind of lame. Not gonna lie. Maybe it's like this is to mages what the deer was for me. And if that's the case, I might have to go back to that deer and talk to him. See if he gives me like something that I missed. Cause I didn't after talking to him that first time, like I didn't see a reason why I should talk to him again, and I just left. But maybe there's like a second dialogue option I missed. I'm not too sure. I am not too sure. All I know is that again this game is very it just asks a lot of questions and it doesn't give a lot of answers, which is really confusing. And by the end of this recording, my mind is like, damn, is this game even finished? Like, if I'm in the beta of this game, or like even the alpha of this game, this is probably the best beta alpha I've ever seen. Like, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. But if this isn't the fully released game, I pray to God they throw in some more quests for people. Maybe like some job classes, some class changes. Look, and I see these lights everywhere, and I don't know what the fuck they are, dude. It pisses me off. I'm over here screaming in my head. What is a light? What does it do? What's its importance? What it like? Is it like a spirit? I try to use my spirit eyes to try and communicate. Ain't nothing. Is it like a glitch or something? I don't know. I don't know. But I see them everywhere I go. Every fucking where I go. So I know they're not an accident. I know they have some sort of importance. But what is it? What is it? I don't know. And I don't think I ever will know. Which is the even more kind of sad part about it. Because, again, like, you can make the most beautiful, most interesting world with the startup of great combat. But if you don't expand the combat and there's nothing to fucking do, it's like being in a sandbox with nothing to mold the sand in. I'm just going to play in sand. I'm just going to shift the sand in between my hands for 4+ hours. No way. Like, I can't do it. Like, this is where I feel weird saying, but like this game makes me want to do research to make sure I'm not like missing some big like key plot points. Because again, I do have Zorro brain, right? So I do wander off, and this recording alone is a great example of it. I wander very far, and basically to the ends of this earth and back. Funny enough, when you zoom the map out all the way in this game, it looks like a heart, like an actual human heart in my mind. So I found that was kind of interesting, especially because you're saving the environment and doing a lot of things that's like good for nature and shit. The fact that the map looks like a heart looks it just humorous in my mind. But yeah, like again, like y'all see the borderline of like the known and the unknown, right? I go deep into the fog of the unknown, thinking that because again, my veteran gaming experience tells me, oh, you go into the thick of the fog, you'll unlock more of the map as you go thicker into the fog, right? This game flips all my game knowledge on its fucking head. And the game goes, oh, you think you know what the fuck is going on? Surprise, you don't. There are some monsters in this game you can't even kill. And I had to find that out the hard way. And it was honestly, it was a fun combat experience, but it was also one of the most annoying things I've ever had to experience. Cuz imagine, guys, imagine you are battling for your life. You're probably 50 to 25%. You kill the monster, right? And then 2 minutes later, that motherfucker comes back. And he's full HP. I had to double click. I was like, hold on, motherfucker, did you just come back to life? You see how I messed up that time? Not good. Not good at all, man. Botched.
As anticipated.
It's looking like my first take though. Yes, sir. I was about to say, how many attempts it's gonna take for me to kill all these people? The world may never know. But it looks like the answer is one. Ha ha ha. I'm telling you, the more enemies there are, the harder the fight is. Is no freaking joke. When it's like 3 of them, okay, it's manageable. When it's 4 of them, all right, this is kind of challenging. When it's 6 of them, all right, fuck it, I'm just gonna die on repeat. Like there's no way, unless well, I mean there is a way. Obviously, you be strategic on your targets, right? But I find like that's the only real enjoyment in the game right now for me is the combat and like how many mobs occur at one time, right? Sometimes it's kind of like a funny occurrence where I'm fighting one thing and then that one thing will stampede into another thing and then those two will fight and then they'll see me and try to fight me while fighting each other and then they'll trigger another thing that wants to fight them and then they all see me and then they try to fight me and then it's like this constant circle of who's trying to collect all the kills, you know what I mean? And it's like it's mildly hilarious, but when they're unkillable, I think they're just playing a game and I'm the loser. You feel me? Like it's just not it becomes very frightening is what I'm trying to get at. When you're fighting 3 different mobs and all 3 mobs have an immortal like side effect to them, I'm just kind of thinking in the back of my head, what the fuck is going on? Speaking of what the fuck is going on, play that funky tune. Boo, beep, boo. Yup. But what? You know what I'm saying? But what did that do? Nothing. I just did it because it looked. I just did it because it was fun. You know what I'm saying? That did nothing. A quick time event, and it did nothing. I'm so confused. What is going on in this game? Like, you know what I'm saying? So confusing. Look. I get mad too, cause look, you saw again. Look, that little twinkle of light in front of this cool ass statue. I'm thinking maybe if I activate this twinkle of light, the statue will activate, and then the activated statue will become like a mini boss. I kill the mini boss, I get the loot, and then I feel like a cool guy. No, he's just sitting there like a statue. Motherfucker is a statue, I guess. And the light is still shimmering and twinkling. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point in you? Like, look, and then there's another one. Bro, I'm fed up. At this point, I'm fed up. I start swiping at it, and I get shot at. Bro, I know there must be something I'm missing. There has to be something I'm missing, because this don't make no lick of goddamn sense. Again, I'm not trying to bash too hard. I'm just trying to be critical, right? Because, again, even when a game is, like, in beta or a free game, like, there's something for the player to get to do. Even in RuneScape, the free edition, right? They might not give you all of the quests, but they still give you some of the quests, right? Or a good majority of the quest, right? They left the more thrill-seeking, exciting ones for the members, but they still throw you some of the like the penny consolation ones on the side, right? Which is cool, you know. It shows that they're not gonna forget about every single player just because some of them don't want to shell out money for it, or if they can't shell out money for it. This game is kind of just like, again, I like it's a big old. It just feels like a big old nothing burger. There's no meat. There's no substance. The only substance that you find is like the combat while exploring the land. You know, I don't mind freeing the animals, right? Because like I don't see a reason for you keeping an animal unless you're gonna keep it as a pet or if you're gonna eat it. So like, just having a bunch of animals in a cage, in my opinion, you're just an asshole, and especially if they're like baby animals, because like you're not gonna feel like it's not gonna satisfy you eating a baby doe. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna eat a rabbit, like a small rabbit, and be satisfied off that one rabbit. You're gonna have to eat a slew of them, like a baker's dozen of rabbits, just to go through the hour. Okay, like, and now, like, you have a bunch of them in a cage, and you're just sitting there talking with your metalhead friends. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what's going on here, man? You know what I'm saying? Oh, another freaking thing that I bump into, right? I find these like towers, right? These little castles tucked away around the map, right? And I'm a guy who enjoys a good siege. I love sieges. You know what I'm saying? Rainbow Six Siege is a fire ass game. I enjoy sieges, and so I want to kill all the knights in the area just to see, what are you guys guarding for real? Like, what has you guys deployed out here protecting this kingdom, or like this like little tower? What's the reason? What's in here? And there's nothing in there. And I just think to myself, I fought all these motherfuckers for no reason. There's no health pots. There's no treasure. These guys don't even consistently drop loot. So I'm just scratching the back of my head. Oh, don't even get me started with this thing. This is a monster, or an example of a monster you can't even damage. So like, yeah, I learned the hard way just to ignore him and go get right past him, right? But yeah, like, this game, man, it's like again, after this video, I'm gonna do a whole bunch of research on this game to see like if this is like the full release game or if this is a beta or an alpha. Again, if this is like an alpha beta, this is probably one of the best looking and feeling alpha beta games I've ever played. The people who made this, I believe, are the same people who made Warframe. So, I didn't personally like Warframe, but I have some siblings that do, right? So I kind of have this game in like kind of a high regard. Like like I expect it to do something. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. The first part of the game was pretty good. It was fire. Especially the deer mission and the whole storyline with him and the lady. I fuck with that. I told you guys in the video, I felt something, and I don't feel shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. But again, like, now you guys set a precedence. Now I got expectations, and like they're not even meeting the bare minimum, and I'm kind of confused now. Like, I want to say if this is a beta, I understand why the map isn't showing me much of anything, right? Or the map isn't expanding as I expand, right? Because if it's a beta, they will only want you to be in a specific spot to enjoy a specific part of the game, and then like once they're ready to release more of the game, they're gonna release more of the game over time, like slowly. And again, that makes sense. That does make sense. But at the same time, I'm a type of guy that's like, I'm going to see what you guys got for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, there has to be more than two things to do. You know what I mean? Like, there has to be more than two things to do, right? And throughout this, again, I played this for 4 hours, trying to prove myself wrong. And it there's literally like nothing to do. So like it was a little strange for me. It was a little strange for me. I will say though, so some things that I did enjoy was the fact that it was like linear. Like the monsters got stronger as I got stronger. There weren't though there are a lot of similar like monsters, minions that roam around. In some areas that's not the case, and the fact that they're different and they even have different like attributes to them, like again how I was telling you guys that there's immortal monsters. Like there's some that can't die. The kamikaze guys are always funny to bump into, because I always think of the NLE Chopper video when he was in a Target and that lady was telling him to leave because he was making too much noise, and he's like, "This is too much. This is too much," and he just shoots himself in the head with a Nerf gun. I thought that was funny. And these when I fight the kamikazes, they immediately make me feel like that, because like you beat them like where they don't hit you at all and then they explode, and it just feels like that video, which I do enjoy. Like stuff like that is very enjoyable, right? The bugs, in my opinion, are kind of weird because again, I can't hit them at all. They just kind of run at you and explode, which again is cool, I guess, but you know, it'd be cooler if they like dropped some sort of craftable item. Again, crafting. I would think the way this game is made, you'd think crafting would be a thing. Enhancing your weapon would be a thing. No, like again, like not a lot. You know, not a lot of things to do. But it looks nice. You know what I mean? I'm just hoping that they add more to this game. Like I'm curious to see how the combat system evolves and like where the story goes, right? I already know that the story is probably gonna lead to where it's more of like a path of discovery, right? You discover who your character is in conjunction to the world, and you know who are the parties that play. Hopefully, there are more than one, and it's not just this group of people who want to pollute the the world, right? Hopefully, like there's a like rebel resistance team with the indigenous, right? That have bonds with the guardian spirits, like the lady. You know what I mean? And you have to like kind of like help them reawaken their prior selves that really like fuck with nature or whatever, whatever. I could see how that could easily tie into to the to the story, right? I'm just curious on again how they're gonna incorporate that, what how they're gonna go at the story, how are they gonna tell the story in the way they want to tell the story, and also like what kind of quests are gonna be in this game, because I can see how very easily how there could be just like a bunch of random side quests that send you off on like a random hunt, you know, that leads you to like different locations far away from what you're originally doing to like help like you know like the mystery creatures, like the that one like village that I saw that I showed you guys with the mages and stuff, you know, like hopefully there are more like sentient species other than human to where you can interact with, like also like the spirits giving you quests was cool, you know. Maybe even the guardian spirits giving you or guardian deities giving you quests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like maybe you get quests from the allies of the Guardians as well. You know what I'm saying? Like in my mind, there's just so many avenues, so many things you can add to this game. Again, you you can already tell that this is gonna be heavily centered around the environment and being friends with like animals and shit. So I'm just wondering how is there gonna be a portion where like say like a fox starts talking to you and you help this like fox, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, it's just food for thought, food for thought. But yeah, man, like this this playthrough in and of itself has been a journey. Very big journey. And I love a good adventure. So like it wasn't all bad. And again, the combat in and of itself, even at the state that it is now, is very engaging and entertaining. Like the thing that I don't get it are the stat buffs that I can do. I wonder what their relevancy is to the overall. But yeah, that's kind of like the biggest question on my mind right now is how will they add to the plot? Like obviously, this game is already pretty fleshed out to the point where I can believe that this is genuinely just a soft lock. You know what I mean? They're letting people explore the world, but they're not letting people interact with it too much. You know what I'm saying? I would have thought they would have let you go a little bit further into the game other than the first like 2 missions, but again, there are still a lot of question marks I have on my codex, and I'm just wondering at this point if I can actually find those question marks, or if it was like, if it's like a purposefully, like you can't find it, you won't be able to interact with it kind of thing, right? This is what I was talking about earlier as well. This is one of the castles that I found, and again, I like a good siege, I like a good fight, and when I learned I couldn't get inside after I killed all of these guys and I gone through all that trouble, I was a little disheartened. I'm not gonna lie, because the fights are not easy. Like again, 3 of them is doable, 4 of them is pushing it, 6 of them is like, all right, like this is guaranteed kind of a struggle bus, right? So for me, like I wish I had gotten more out of it other than just EXP personally. Like again, I couldn't find any real gear. I couldn't find any real way. I didn't find any new weapons. I didn't find any way to craft weapons. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things missing in a game like this that you'd think would be here. That's why I'm leaning towards like, oh, this must be a beta, this must be an alpha, because just things do not add up. Things do not add up here. What's all? I still don't quite understand what those buffs do. I'm pretty sure each buff does a specific thing for each like thing. So like there's courage, spirit, and like will or something. Basically, like warrior, mage, and archery, right? Those are like that's the 3 classes, right? I say classes in air quotes because I don't know what they want to call them. And yeah, like you get buffs for each color, right? But riddle me this: why would I want the mage or the archery buff when I'm a warrior? I'm not gonna be dabbling in any archery or magecraft. Maybe magecraft if I can use my sword at the same time as magic. That's just spell sword with extra steps, and I think spell sword as a class is probably my favorite. So I would potentially lean towards that more than anything, right? Oh, just as like a side note, right? Because if y'all don't know, I like to cook, right? And I just wanted to share with y'all like some like cooking stuff that I found that was really fun for me, right? If you boil a chicken for 15 minutes, well, I boiled it for 16 minutes. It's basically like fall off the bone, and it makes very good for like fried rice. I made a chicken fried rice with corn. It was spicy. I made it spicy too. Boy, it came out so good. I wish I just had a better way to shred up the chicken. I basically just ended up cutting it all by hand, which is fine. Like, it wasn't that bad, you know. But like, boy, did it taste fucking phenomenal. It was stupendous. Like, if you didn't know, like boiling your chicken in water. What I did was I seasoned the water right to give the chicken the flavor that I wanted, right? And then I seasoned the rice like while I stir fried it, right? To make sure that the flavor stuck. And boy howdy, did it stick. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. If y'all tried that chicken boil thing, let me know how it worked for y'all for real. And like how y'all shred up your chicken. Just curious, if there are other cookers out there, other chefs who like, enjoy that shit. Another side note, I guess I'll just talk about like all the random side shit. I'm just really like hankering to make a good seafood pasta dish. Y'all have no idea. There was like, I was gonna celebrate, right? Once I got to my 100th video with seafood pasta, right? I make a really mean shrimp with mussels and spinach Alfredo pasta. And like, you know what I'm saying? Even though I'm in the south side, that shit ain't cheap, you know what I'm saying? So it makes me sad that I'm not gonna be able to do that. But at the same time, I'm getting really close to 100 videos, right? So I'm trying to think of like things I can do to celebrate, but I generally just can't think of anything. So, you know, if you guys, want to celebrate with me, hey, throw down some interesting ideas that you think I can do, and we make a thing out of it. I was streaming this too live, so I know I had stopped streaming like live or whatever, but I'm trying to get back into it. So I'm gonna try and stream in the mornings from 10 to 4, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If I'm late, it's gonna be from whenever I get on until like 6, maybe 5, because I gotta eat. I literally did this for like so long. I forgot to make myself something to eat. So after I'm done recording over this right here, and another video that I'm gonna drop, I'm actually just gonna eat, and I'm probably gonna crash because it's pretty late. And the weird thing about me is that I could stay up mad late until like say 5 a.m. and I'm always gonna wake up at 8 a.m. every fucking day, and that sucks sometimes. It sucks a lot, and like I don't know about y'all, but for me it's hard to sleep. Like with everything I got going on in my life, it makes it super hard to sleep. So like very frustrating. I was like
the thing about this fight that was really cool is that they summoned a cage, right? And that was the first time I ever witnessed or experienced something like that, right? And so now I'm thinking that cage is like still in effect, right? I'm hitting the invisible wall of it, even though it's not visible or active. So that's a funny little bug if it is a bug, and if it's not, then that death magic goes dummy. And I want the fact that they can do cool stuff and I can. I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna front. I'm literally fighting them for that chest, because if that's all that's out here in the game, bro, I want it. You know what I'm saying? I want it. I need it. I gotta have it. But yeah, fighting these guys was not easy, especially given the fact that there are still a lot of invisible walls in this game, or in this fight that I encounter, that mess up my entire thought process. Imagine trying to barrel roll to like the left or the right, and you physically feel something stopping you. It was just very strange. Trying to fly, look, something stopping me. It's very, very strange. Like, there was a thought that occurred in my mind telling me that maybe I am too far off the reservation. I need to head back. But I am really far off the reservation, man. Like, to the point where I'm like, there's no way I'm turning back. I gotta figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Look, y'all see what I'm saying? I'm not tripping. It's there. Like, it's there. This is one of those instances I was telling me I'm so far off the reservation. Look. Man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Well, you know what I mean? I just want to stagger a little bit better too. Like, there's a perk that you can get to where you can stagger enemies better with, but it's like a weapon upgrade, right? You're like I was telling you guys, you get a skill tree, right, depending on the guardian beast you make a pack with, right? And your weapon also gives you kind of like a skill tree thing going on, right? Which is cool. But at the same time, your weapon skill points are just so hard to obtain. Like, I think the most I've ever gotten in one sitting was like 3. And to get like 1, you need like 3. They're not like a 1 cost, you know? So maybe that's them artificially bumping up the number to where it makes it harder for the player to really see the full brunt, the full extent of the vanilla combat. But, you know, I digress. Obviously, off of this alone, we can, I'm pretty sure the studious minds out there are gonna infer that we're probably doing things that aren't meant to be discovered just yet. Because again, after like this recording, I was like 40% sure in my first video, and now I'm like 80, maybe 90% sure that this is a beta or an alpha, and that I'm just doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. Which again just shows you guys how much of a Zoro I am. I wander off, I do whatever the fuck I want. Which is cool, you know. Hopefully the devs see this video and they realize, okay, we have a visible wall issue. It's kind of funky, you know. And they have like I don't know if this is supposed to be a thing, but you can't kill this thing. Like, you can defeat it, but you're not gonna kill it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's like supposed to be something in the game to where it's like a second mechanic that you discover where it like drains the souls out of certain things because they call you, the enemy calls you a wraith, right? And in my mind, that means I have some ties to like the astral plane or like the realm of death. Again, we have a certain trait, right, that helps us see and interact with dead stuff, right? So we're essentially like the Grim Reaper of this world, right? So I could see how there is a way potentially that your character gains a way to permanently kill things that don't die, like this thing. Because if this thing is just a permanent unkillable thing, that's cool. Like, I haven't played a game that uses that as a concept, but also, how annoying is this thing, right? Am I right? Like, this thing chased me for a while too before I shook it off. I'm over here thinking, like, again, like, maybe I have to interact with it a certain way. Maybe there's something special I gotta do to like get this thing under control. Nah, man. Nah, man. Best cut your losses before you get bit again. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I can't make those bugs explode on him too made me a little upset. I will not front with you. Oh my god. See, look. I gotta fight him, an immortal doggo, and then some freaking assassin magic grenade thrower. And they get all the cool magic stuff. I'm over here fighting with sticks. Like, come on, bro. That tells me, that is a good indicator in my mind that there's more to the combat system that is not yet to be divulged, which is a good reason for me to keep playing the game. Because
Again, if I could pick between being like being like a variation of like an elemental swordsman of some kind, like I'd do it in a heartbeat. I feel like it makes sense that since this game is primarily around like the environment, that we as the main character has some sort of elemental tie because it all goes with Mother Nature and all this sweet nanny. And you know, trying to understand what the hullabaloo of this game is all about at this point in the game, or at this stage of the game, to me seems pointless because, again, they want you in a specific space, right? And they only gave you 2 quests to really do. I really would have appreciated if they gave a little bit more for like the season grinder, right? Because y'all see me, like, I grinded out this just because I had the inkling and the willpower to do it. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time the first time, and I really wanted to see what the full like duration, the full depth of this, you know, was. You know what I'm saying? I was curious. And instead of being met with like things to quell my curiosity, I was just left with more questions. I was left kind of like a starved child, you know. It's just weird, man. Like y'all let me know that those who've tried, those who've played betas before, because I'm not gonna lie, like I've never really sought out playing betas very much. I normally always wait until the game is fully released and then I play the game, right? Because that way I have a full idea of what's going on, what, like, you know what I'm saying? There's no There's no like limitations to what I can do. It's all out. You know what I'm saying? It's all out for me to explore and to understand. Right? Is it common for betas and alphas to limit the amount of things that you're able to do? Like, but still keep the world as mildly open as possible? But yeah, man, like this this was a journey, right? And I was live streaming this, so I was hoping to maybe get people in my chat that knew a little bit more about the game than I, but I did bump into some people. They were, kind of like me, more interested on what's going on in the game. Look, I'm in the thick of the fog, bro. They're not trying to show me nothing about this map. Though I wish they would have at least allowed me to see where I am on the map. That would have helped me bucos.
Yeah, no problem. Have you tried this game yet, or are you just trying to see if it's interesting enough to partake in?
Yeah, y'all hear it. I'm literally, you know, I was low key excited to finally get like someone to talk to while I stream game. You know what I mean? Cause no lie, like playing a game, solo bolo, no one to talk to for like hours is kind of daunting. I'm not gonna lie, cause it's like, in my opinion, it's just super hard to like, I don't know, keep going for a long period of time. For me right now, when I stream, I try to be consistent and stream for at least 4 hours every time I do stream. Um, Starting this, my goal for this week actually is to stream every day for 4 hours this week. So I'm gonna try and hit that goal. Though I don't have a lot of games that I'm willing to stream live, right? I'm still gonna try my best to stream something.
I would say that this game is pretty interesting, though it is a little confusing. Again, you see me here. I'm literally fighting in the fog, but I'm here for more of the combat. I'm trying to see if there's any like skills that I can learn with my class, for lack of better words.
Yeah, yeah, y'all hear me? Like there was not a whole lot, for me to do other than that, which is again kind of frustrating because again, like, I don't know, I just expected a little bit more. Like, the game looks pretty much done, like, yeah, I'm not saying like give me like every single quest in the game, but like 5 is a strong number. 10 is a great number. But if there are only 10 like really impactful quests in the game, then like just give me some of the side quests, you know what I'm saying? Give me something to do. But
Pretty proficient.
yeah, I'm just dealing with the combat at this moment.
It could just be a little bit of a handful. You have to juggle a lot of aggro.
But yeah, I don't really know what much else to say, you know what I mean? Like, the fighting like these many enemies at once was pretty intense.
Yeah, but I feel like with games nowadays, graphics are they need to be pretty good. There was another game that I would want to stream, but the graphics are too good and I can't run it. Kind of like League of Legends. It's called Mecha Break.
Yeah, I'm gonna just let it run. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can just hear the conversation.
That roll. Okay. So I play music, right? If I used to work out and do like combat sports, but some circumstances hit me to where I'm out of a job now, so I can't do those anymore. But I still play music when I can. I'm trying to learn a lot of jazz and blues music right now. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going into heavy metal. I get hit stunned. Bad. What do you like to do in your free time?
Subject of treason! Submit!
Oh my god. I'd be so excited to carry, man.
Like I just want to throw this in here. Now I hear my own voice. It's hard for me to listen to this shit. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I hate hearing my own voice, man.
Stay back, Faith!
Here I'm just trying to get the parry system down, right? Very obvious.
I hope. Alright, now I'm lost.
I just genuinely enjoy it, but I genuinely enjoy it that no matter what part of the day or night you're in, the game looks great. Irregardless, it's not too dark, it's not too light. You know what I'm saying? It just looks really nice. I can really appreciate a game like this. I was in the mountains in one portion of the game, right? And I was saying I was talking to the chat. I was saying, man, like I could see a dragon
Sure, I
fight
don't mind.
going on, right around here. And it was just unfortunate that there weren't any like flying creatures, crazy beasts.
Your artwork.
You know what I'm saying? For me to interact with. It's kind of like the unfortunate side of it.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and this was the second place I was telling you guys about that I found, and this was the place that I got the location from off of a ghost. So y'all already know how I feel about seeing an animal in pain. So I I gotta set him free. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. I thought this boss in particular was gonna be a one-time deal as well, but finding him again in the wild like this just shows that you know, maybe I'll be fighting bosses more than once. And it makes sense too, because this area is polluted, you know what I mean? I just hope that there are more polluted animals, you know what I'm saying, other than just deer. Like, you know, there could be bears, some sort of big cat of some sort, you know, rhinos of some kind. You know, there are a lot of different choices that they can pull from. The thing that I found out about this fighting this monster in a space like this is that they move around a lot, right? And this could cause a lot of unnecessary aggro to occur. I felt like some of its moves too weren't doing any damage to me, so it was kind of weird, like fighting this creature in general, in my opinion. This was the ghost that gave me the mission. Look.
It respawned instantly.
Yeah. The surprise is genuine, and especially the thing. At that point, I was thinking that if the deer is immortal and I have to fight an immortal dog, like it's a losing battle. I have to cut my losses, right? But I had realized when I reset, right, that the monster, both monsters actually don't like each other, and they'll fight each other given the right distance. But yeah, man, this adventure was pretty informative in the sense of telling me where this game is at currently. I hope the devs see this video and just like, you know what I'm saying, you know, oh, I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I'm saying, this is a beta or an alpha. I'm excited to see more of what they're gonna throw in, what other monsters are gonna be in the game, and I'm curious to see what the devs think about, you know, some of the things that I brought up, you know, or if it's accurate, or if they're like, you know, this is my first time playing a game like this, so, well, not like this, like, to me, the reason why I was even drawn to this in the first place is because I could see this as like a different version of RuneScape, low-key, so, you know, and I play RuneScape in my free time, so, you know, I, like...
No, you're fine. Don't even show.
You know what I'm saying? I can enjoy the aesthetic, and I'm down to grind.
You never really told me what kind of art you like to draw.
But yeah, I think we're gonna finish this battle up, guys, and then I'm gonna call it here. It's getting pretty late. I'm getting pretty tired and hungry, which is a terrible combination. I'm telling you, fighting this guy with all the other monsters active is very, very annoying. But I'm just glad that they're not on the same team. You know what I mean? Look, this is another immortal monster in the game. 3 different kinds that I've discovered so far. My big goal is just to kill the deer again, because the deer drops mad loot. So, and then after that, and as soon as he's done, that's when we're gonna end it. Because the other monsters obviously don't die.
I'd be more than happy to. Just give me one moment.
I see then the dog pulls up.
Two immortal idiots and a dog that doesn't die. Listen,
I never been wrong,
I ain't
man.
unfair. You gonna be down with me?
In my mind, all I can think of, this means war.
Alright. Telling me to slay these things, but they don't die.
Madras will be freed once more.
And with that, guys, if you've enjoyed the journey as much as I have, make sure to leave a like, comment,
If this was
subscribe to the
spamable
channel,
low
and I'll
key,
catch you
might
guys
be a
next
fun
time.
area.
Peace.